Hey y'all, so I know we had a couple of questions about how to complete the updated version of the VARK Learning Styles activity, and I'm going to walk through it briefly really quick. So if you're on a PC, so I'm working from my laptop, I'm going to open up the Google Chrome browser and go to my TCC. And I'm going to use the first class as an example. So the homework that is due this evening is actually in the folder that's just under the midterm review folder. It says due Sunday, September 29, 2019. What you'll see in there is quizzes 5, 7, 8, and 10, in addition to the VARK Learning Styles activity. So it's a two-part deal. The first part is you complete the questionnaire, which is done on an external third-party website. So you click the hyperlink, you're going to go to the external website, and then you're going to record the results. And then the second part, which is what I keep seeing people leave off, is there's a worksheet, which is a Word document that goes with it. If you cannot open the Word document or access that, then I need to know right away, so that way I can try to copy and paste the questions that you need to answer regarding the activity into the body of an email, and you can send that to me and still get your work turned in before the deadline. Remember, you guys have had 2 weeks to kind of get this ready since you didn't have any homework due last week. So it's my expectation that everybody gets this, as well as the 4 quizzes done, completed on time tonight. All right, so the first part is the link right here. So what you'll see is where it says the instructions, the VARK Learning Styles, complete the VARK questionnaire by going to the following website. Now, it does say print the document. I'm actually okay with you emailing it, so thank you to those of you all that worked ahead earlier this week and even last weekend and just sent it to me, and also just sent me a copy of your results. That's fine. I would have taken a printed copy, but as you all know, with my office being in a completely different location on the opposite side of town, my preference is electronic, so that way we have proof that, one, you turned it in, and 2, I have actually received it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open this in a new tab. So what I did is I right-clicked on the link. I clicked on Open a New Tab. So you see the original tab is still open. And that way we can launch the VARK Learning Styles questionnaire. There's going to be some various ads and links on here, like view PDF, download now. That's some sort of random thing. Don't click on that. Don't mess with that. And then your questionnaire is going to be down here. So I'd already completed it before, but I'm going to go back through and do it to show you what the material should look like. And what you do is you're going to respond to the questions in regards to what you would do in the particular situation. So it's not like what you would show somebody to do. This is how you're going to respond to it. So it could be one item that you select. It could be a combination of all 4 items. Whatever makes the most sense to you, that's what you're going to opt for. So I'm going through, I'm clicking on some of the samples right now. Almost done. I think there's like a couple more questions left. There's one more here. And then when you get down to the bottom, you click OK. So don't go to the PDF viewer, that's a thing. So now what came up is your learning preference is multimodal. That means my scores were very close in 2 or more areas, and I learn through a combination of ways. So I don't have a learning style that is particularly dominant. It's, I learn by doing 1 or 2 things at the same time to retain and process information. So some of the information that you're going to need is going to be over here. So it says your scores were 7 visual. That's learned by sight. 5 oral, that's learned by listening or auditory. I got an 8 for reading and writing, so that's taking notes, writing the information down, perhaps using the Cornell notes method to reorganize my notes, annotating notes, any of those different learning, those note-taking styles that you may have learned in the past. And then 9 for kinesthetic, that's also known as tactile, that's learned by doing or learned by touch. And then down here, this is where you find that information that you're going to see on the worksheet. So I'm going to go back really quick and show you where that is. So I'm going back to the my TCC, and I'm going to download the VARK assignment Word document. It opens in the bottom left-hand corner. I'm going to open the document and enable editing so that way I can type on it. So I just enabled editing, and I'm going to hit the Windows button, push the left arrow, so that way I can now split my screen. And then what I have here, so now I can see my stuff side by side. So here I would put my name, the section number, which represents your class. So, you know, the 8:30 class, you have a specific time, a specific 5-digit number. And then the 12:30 class, you have a different number as well. You'll put that in. Then these boxes, record your scores from the questionnaire. So do not close the questionnaire before you do this, because it does not save your results. And it's not something that is automatically submitted to me. This is why you have to actually send the document to me, so that way I have it. Okay, so there's those results. So now let's look a little bit further down and see what we see. So down here, it says write a 6-sentence paragraph stating what is your primary learning style, list one strategy preference, list one take in information strategy, list one present information to others strategy, list one in education strategy, and list one workplace strategy. Okay, so what are they talking about, and where am I going to get this information from? So in my particular case, number 1, what is your primary learning style? So in my case, I came up as multimodal, but the one with the highest score was kinesthetic. So then where you find the information where it talks about that is going to be down here. So when you click on these links, it's going to give you some information. So if you click on multimodal, then down here it's going to describe for you what multimodal means. But it's not going to give you the breakdown that you need for this other part. So I'm going to go with my highest score, which was kinesthetic, and I'm going to click on kinesthetic strategies, and I'm going to use that information to assist me. So down here it describes the people with a kinesthetic learning preference prefer very specific things. So now that the thing where it says right here, list one strategy preference, then that's going to be here. So for 1, that would be that. Now for part 2, you just scroll down. See, so now number 2 is to take in information. Okay, then you're going to go down to list 1, present information to other strategies. So this is how you would communicate information, not just in a school setting, but also in a workplace setting, or if you're trying to teach a friend or family member something, then how would you go about explaining the information to them? Then number 4 is going to say, okay, in education. So in a educational setting, then what is a strategy that you can apply? So this would be either something that you're doing right now for this class or another class, or something that resonates with you where you see, oh, you know what, it's not something I'm doing, but this sounds like this would be really helpful for me to do. Since I have classes that are running all the way to December, we're getting ready to register for the spring classes. I'm going to test run this out. So don't put something that you're not going to use. We want to make sure that we're coming up with learning strategies that you feel that you can apply in real life. So in an educational setting, I like to talk about my notes with another person with a kinesthetic preference. Sorry, the typo right there. Okay, and then the last one is in a workplace setting. In the workplace, I really like using simulation techniques to retain information relevant to my job. So you would have all that information where you have this in paragraph form. I outlined it just so you could see it a little bit more visually, but you are going to write this, regular paragraph style. Then what you want to do is you want to remember to save your work and make sure you save it somewhere where you know where it is. So I'm going to save mine on the desktop as my name. That way I know where it is. And then I'm also going to save my actual results. So again, the way you can do that is you can either right click and go to print, or if you're in Google Chrome, you see these 3 little dots up here, you can go up here and you can access the print menu from here. So you're not going to print. What you're going to do is go to save as PDF. And what that's going to do is it's going to take a picture of all of the pages. So that way you have all of your results. So actually we need to go back 1 page to the original results. 2 pages, there we go. Right here, so we can see what the scores are. And that's the part that we're going to save. So you want to make sure in the preview that it's visible, so it's there. Click Save. So you've got your VARK questionnaire. There's my results. It is saved. So then now all I have to do is I've got this. Now I know I have my results, so I can close that window if I would like. Then I can actually just go into my email. And then all I need to do is compose a new item. So I'm opening up a new email. I'm going to send it to me. VARK Learning Styles. It is on my desktop. So there's my Word document. There's my results. Oops. Make sure I got both of them. I attached both documents to the email. Once it turns blue, I know that both attachments are on there. there, please view my attached assignment, send, submit. There it is, right there. And that's how you would go about completing that particular assignment. Remember, this is one that I have to grade manually. So I won't receive it automatically. Again, you have to email it to me. So, because it's due before midnight tonight, so I expect to get all of them in. And you see, it doesn't take too long. It shouldn't take you any more than 15 or 20 minutes to get that assignment in. And especially if you've been working on your quizzes over the past week, or if you worked on them last week, then you should be good to go. And then we're going to wrap up with the last couple of chapters. Next Sunday is your last homework due date. And then the 12th, October 12th, we're closing out and we are done for the semester, for this class. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in class on Saturday. Please feel free to contact me via email or schedule an appointment to come by my office during the week. If you have any questions about anything, I'll be more than happy to assist you. Until then, have a good evening, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.